So, there are a few drivers of debt sustainability. So, one of them is your total debt to the size of your economy, debt to GDP. Another indicator is how much of that debt has to be refinanced every year, called gross financing needs, and how much of that debt is external. Now, one variable is that if you are running something called a primary balance surplus, which means the government revenue minus expenditure without interest, you are not adding to the debt, you are settling part of the debt. So the IMF gave us a target of 2.3% this year, and at the current run rate in middle November, it seems like by the end of the year it will be closer to 4%. Now that is an unprecedentedly high number, and it is coming on the back of pretty good tax collections because of what is going on with the car imports. And the second is that we are spending less than 50% of what we have budgeted as capital expenditure. So we have budgeted 4% of GDP, 1.2 to 1.3 trillion. And it's likely that by the end of the year, it will be less than 600 billion. So you have underspent what you have budgeted, and the revenue has been pretty good because of the strong car imports, which are being taxed at 125 to 250%. So the primary balance is doing the heavy lifting, but the other two variables, which is your interest rate on the debt, because we have to issue longer dated debt, we are issuing at fairly high interest rates. So for example, if the policy rate is at 7.75, because we have to issue longer dated debt to reduce our gross financing needs, we are issuing at over 10%, which has increased the real interest costs and the fact that interest rates are also so low. The other variable is the growth. So ideally, what you'd like to have is a continuation of our primary balance and strong economic growth. So this year, the 5% is pretty strong, but I'm afraid we cannot continue with that 5% going forward. So the real challenges will come in the next few years when the growth slows.